Yeah. Hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Popcorn Picks with Fair. Yeah. The last time we had conversations about, horror movies relating to true life events. But today we are talking about Game of Thrones and House of Dragon. Yes.
I know. So
Yes.
that.
This is a true life event, yes. So yeah, when I started Game of Thrones, the moment I saw this the Lannisters, what's his name? Jamie Lannister and Cersei in that place together, and they pushed that boy from that window. I was like, what's going on here? It's this stuff are actually supposed to be very like forbidden, which is seems like now you see things like that, you just be like, you don't need to stick like no, this is forbidden, it's not forbidden. It's fine. So now, after saying House of Dragon, I had to ask my friend like, what's going on? I said, no, it's before crying. What you do? Those things are like it's crazy. So yeah. So I'm here with three of my friends.
Hi, I'm Blessing.
Hi, I'm Manu.
I'm Enyo.
Flaco, Goldfish, Flaco, and Anu. It's a big one. So yeah, welcome to my show. You guys welcome.
Thanks for having us.
I have a few questions to ask you guys about first of all Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Well, Blessing, I'm going to ask you something. What do you think about let me say, what do you think about the first is it the first season that this guy what's his name?
Nesta.
Next first season, yeah. When you
Second season.
when it was first season, the last episode.
Last episode.
When you saw
Next
it,
up.
did you want to continue that series at that point? You wanted to stop?
Now,
When they killed Ned Stark.
Yes.
So when I watched the episode they killed Ned Stark, like when series were upcoming, we always like had the vision that the heroes would be the ones that would last throughout the end of the movie, right? So when I saw they were about to kill him, I was like, no, something is going to happen. Maybe a dragon from somewhere will come or someone will come save him. And then he died. And I was like, okay, this is interesting.
When I saw it, I saw Game of Thrones after like years after they dropped it. So when I saw it, like let me quickly start to maybe something to come. Yoruba movies and I want to just come.
Yeah.
And guys listen to sound like this.
let's stop it.
But people are just dying. What's going on?
That's
So Flaco, I have a question for you.
Okay.
If you could change one thing about the series,
Yeah.
what would it be and why?
How to change anything?
About Game of Thrones? Anything, beginning, ending, middle.
For me, I won't change much. I'll just change the fact that Jon Snow died.
It's supposed to die.
Yeah,
I should not bring it back.
should not bring it back because him coming back, he should have just died, and like we know that
That's right.
he has died. I know that it's the lady with the dragon that is going to save everybody or something. But he built up that whole plot just to. Like, I was waiting for that finale where he's going to fight the king or like kill everybody and become.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
wasn't even going to like kill the main guy. Like, But another thing I like about Game of Thrones is how they make important characters look unimportant. Like they let you understand that as important as you are, you can be replaced. Like once you achieve your purpose, you're done. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
So I mean, what characters? Okay, what was your favorite moment or season from the entire series, and why? This is like, wow, I love this place.
I think that would be when the Stark started to reconnect. Like the entire season 1 to 8, everybody was just separated. Like they don't see each other until like season 7. I think the first Stark that reconnected was Sansa and Jon Snow. At where's that place again? The Wall.
The Wall.
Yeah. So it was really emotional, and then the Arya Stark and her brother reconnecting. Yeah, I really like those things.
Without going to do the Game of Thrones, I have a lot to say about House of Dragon. But the fact that they are not done, I have to wait 2 years before they finish it in this crazy. House of Dragon. When when I started House of Dragon, I was expecting okay, I missed the vibe of Game of Thrones. So I was like, I need to get this vibe. When I started, this what's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was young. I felt like everything was going to be like simple as the main it was. And Demon is going to be
The bad guy.
the antagonist or is that, yes.
Yeah, they're talking.
I was expecting Demon to be more of like this guy. This boy in Game of Thrones.
Joffrey.
Yes. You know one thing about Joffrey, because of that character, they didn't give him roles again.
Yeah.
So that thing.
That character really
He changed his whole profession.
But do you feel like if it was in Nigeria, this would have affected him that much?
Yeah. They'll use him for more movies like that. Patience is very wicked.
This man,
Because
yes.
Kind of kind of like sacrifice.
So you feel like
So it should just be his niche.
Yeah.
So you feel like it's because the guy was so good that he acted his role well that they now made him like
He was very annoying as a character.
Yeah.
So like wanting to give a role to that kind of person, you
Yeah.
just like after all you did in Kingsland.
Funny enough, I feel like Ramsay Snow was a worse character than Joffrey. But people didn't really fixate on him.
the bastard.
Not one actually.
In a psychopath. actually.
Not like he was a driven person.
Yes.
Yeah.
From a bastard that wants to redeem himself and become a lord. Every bastard in the story wants to, even in House of Dragon now,
Yeah.
they have two bastards that like apparently they're living the life right now.
Look at it.
They know they're the bastard.
They know they are the bastards,
Yeah.
but like they want to find a place for themselves. But like he just wanted to please his dad at first.
So
Yeah,
Go crazy.
thank you for bringing that up. If you were in Rhaenyra's shoes, like they wanted you to marry, then if you're a lady, they will not like put you in power. You have to just marry and just give
But
birth
it's
to the
about
heir
it.
to something.
Yeah.
So if you were in Rhaenyra's shoes, when what's this boy? This boy's name from Valerian. I've forgotten his name.
Game on.
No. The man she married now, the gay guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yes.
What's it?
But did he actually die? Because I saw one particular scene when
He didn't
was
die
in,
actually. Yeah.
but they said a dragon cannot.
Yeah. The thing
Connect
is,
someone else
in the
into-
books, right? he
Yes.
died. The thing about the dragon cannot connect with another rider if the rider is still alive is very true. So there's a scene where he was roaming around Dragonstone,
Yeah.
where Rhaenyra said he's been restless since the death of. So that restlessness just gave us the common sense that okay, this guy might actually be dead. We don't know where he is.
So,
But I don't think he's in the picture anymore.
imagine how sure that he was feeling caught his hand and he was running away from the city.
Well, he left now because he wanted to go and live his life. Like he wanted to be with his gay
He
boyfriend.
was so gay that he could not even see. Imagine, like, just try. Have a child. Let the child end.
They tried.
Nah, man.
They tried, but it just didn't work out.
And someone said something about this movie that next year you're watching it, the next episode they are grown up. Like, my God, so
This season
fast.
one.
Yeah.
Season one was very fast paced
And-
actually.
Another thing we have to consider is like, although the story is nice, these characters that we are following presently are not really the main characters.
Yeah.
They are like anticipation to Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So like they're just like introduction into
Yeah.
like the universe of
Why
Game of
did they do
Thrones.
this thing? They did this thing in Spartacus. Yeah, season 2 was before season 1. Why?
Even Lord of the Rings,
Yeah, I know what you're
The
doing.
Hobbits.
Yeah,
You have to watch The Hobbits first.
Yeah, then they'll
Because
make a prequel.
Yeah, but like everyone watched Lord of the Rings before
Yeah,
The Hobbits.
yeah.
So like it's just how it is.
So I have a question for you guys. Which house or faction would you have aligned yourself with and why?
Star.
In Game of Thrones or House of
No,
Dragon.
House of Dragons.
Oh, black.
Black.
Black now, obviously.
Why like
Who would pick the green?
Why?
they don't know what they're doing.
So I'll say for the greens, it was more of power. For black, it was more of justice, like more of letting peace reign,
Yeah.
having a good reign or reignship or
Let's do
something
what
like
needs to
that.
be
Yeah.
done.
Let's do what
Like,
needs to be done.
see,
Because if you look at how Viserys raised Rhaenyra, he actually raised Rhaenyra
Yes,
to
take over.
be very just. She's actually a
Not
very
just.
just queen.
He made sure she was present. Like you will see along the line in all the different
Yeah.
stories that kings don't let their daughters be around when they're having meetings.
Yeah,
he
you
was
love
making
her.
sure she was there.
Yeah.
He was making sure she sees everything because he saw a leader in her.
And I'll also say something that I think I kind of really noticed, that I feel he felt kind of guilty because he was actually meant to be the king. It was meant to be Rhaenys'
Rhaenys,
sister.
yeah.
So I think he kind of felt like, okay,
He
I
owes
took
one,
this,
yeah.
I owe this one.
Yeah. So if you are to pick like a particular family, like you feel like okay, you see yourself in this particular family, just like the Valerian, Tigerians, the Starks, the other houses.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I can't remember the names.
Yeah, their names are
Yeah. So which one?
Greyjoy.
Yeah, Greyjoy. These
Tully.
Lannisters.
Lannister,
So-
Tullys.
Watching Game of Thrones and seeing like 2 seasons of this House of Dragon, which family will you feel like you can fit into?
Fit in or
You feel like you can blend.
family's not about blending.
It's about what? I'm just saying.
Power.
It's about survival.
Power and connection. Yes.
Where do you see yourself?
I'll probably be a Targaryen.
Yeah.
Why being
House of
free?
Dragons. Talking about dragons, you said dragons cannot just pair with you that you don't have the blood.
Mhm.
It is
Yeah.
sacred. And a lot of them thought dragons were gods
Mm.
until they saw this dragon there,
Yeah.
Aegon, coming to that. But the fact that the dragon could pair with other people, that is, especially that boy that's
Adam.
black. Yeah, just saw him and he
Oh.
was chasing him.
Because he's like previous rider has the same blood.
They have the same blood.
So like it's just
So-
something like familiar, like okay, you are somewhere far away from Nigeria. You see another Nigerian,
Yeah.
and you can smell like this person, like you know in Nigeria when you see in
Like on the
Nigeria.
accent or what.
They all have the same blood. So there was a fact I saw on Twitter when I was reading it. They said why they all engage in incest is because of the blood they share.
Yeah, to keep
Yeah.
blood.
To keep the
From-
blood, to keep the dragons. You can't mix with a low. A dragon
The
can't.
low blood. That's why they
bounce
wanted
the
to
low
even
blood.
kill all the low bloods. Like after they found out that most
Uh-huh.
of them were bastards, and there are a lot of bastards around.
Around.
So if there were dragons now, do you think this same thing can still happen? Now that we understand a lot of things are like for
Like the incest thing.
yeah.
We don't have nuclear weapons. Dragons.
Oh god.
That will be the least of our trouble.
Sure.
So when this man died, the series when he died, before he died, his daughter was supposed to be the queen of the 7 kingdoms. Now, the story of Aegon the Conqueror, I still really don't really understand that story. Actually. So,
Okay. Can I
yes,
clarify?
yes.
So from the books, right? The original beginning of this story is from Aegon the Conqueror. He had 2 sisters actually. That's Rhaenys and Visenya. He married both of them. He married Visenya out of duty. He had to marry her because now they have to join blood.
Mhm.
Then Rhaenys he loved her actually. So this guy was the one that actually started everything and started conquering and we want the power,
Yeah,
right, to
everything.
be in the Targaryens' hands. Obviously they were the people that had the dragon and they were the most feared house.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he started the conquer, right? Like the conquest rather. Where that thing, I don't know, that seat, that thing that has all
Iron
the
Throne.
no, not the Iron Throne. The thing that has all the areas, the Stark House, the
Okay. They are
Yeah,
it was
council
the one
board.
that that council board. It was one that drafted it and started picking up places to conquer. So that was where everything started.
Mhm.
So his dream actually was that there is another Aegon that is going to be the one that would win the war of what's it called? War of
This is Night Walker's one.
the Night Walkers.
Process
Yeah.
is-
So
Winter.
like that was where the confusion started with Aegon, too many Aegon the first, Aegon.
But they all named their children the same thing.
Aegon, do you get? So now my own question for you guys is that
Yeah.
do you think that Aegon, the Aegon that was saying like
Mhm.
the prince that would
Yes.
conquer the Night Walker, if it is Jon Snow or if it
It
is
is Jon Snow.
It is Jon Snow.
okay, I thought that it was Jon Snow
Mhm.
until I saw this clip on TikTok about that girl that follows Daenerys. What's her name? Sunday.
Sunday.
So when she said something about
Totally.
the prince in the Targaryen, the language, that thing not having a verb, like rather a pronoun.
Oh yeah.
It could be male.
gender. Like when you say prince or princess,
Yes.
it's just
There's-
one word.
yes,
There's no
there's no-
sex.
There's no sex attached to it.
Mhm.
So we don't actually know, because genuinely, do you think that war would have been won without Daenerys?
And,
But generally,
and,
do you think the world will won without Jon Snow?
and another thing,
What was his part? If it was for him, they would not even rally around
Yeah.
Forget the fact that she had the dragon. Yes, you had the dragon, but I still want to kill you and your dragon.
No, no. Daenerys had supporters.
She had
She had
supporters there,
supporters.
but she had more people that were still against her because like the power very cheap, like shifted hands.
Yeah.
Targaryens are no longer in power.
Yeah.
Lannisters are taking over everywhere. They've
Yeah.
shared it like there's no house you go to that you don't hear about the Lannisters. The Lannister has been put everywhere. They've already shifted. So like
Yeah. So next question. So in retrospect to your story, like I've not heard what you just said before, and it kind of makes sense because if you look at the last episode of House of the Dragon, the last
Yes.
episode, you know when they were
Vision.
doing that vision flashback and they showed
It was then
Daenerys
like
and
that
the
saw,
Fairy
that
Dragon.
saw.
So it's actually making sense.
It makes sense.
mm,
It would
it's
have.
making sense because I didn't like it's all a vision
Yeah.
from this guy.
Helena.
He was having a conversation with is it Aegon or no
Aemon.
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 Is it Aemon?
Yeah, Aemon. And you know, Helena was one of the
Yeah, yeah.
first years.
You were having a conversation.
Elena.
Yeah.
Yes, the whole thing is not let's just say accurate.
Sorry, it wasn't Helena. It was when the Daemon was at the tree.
The tree now.
Yes,
Which,
yes,
yes, I've been seeing,
That's
and
when
then,
he
like,
had the vision.
even at the end of the new season, you can see that he has seen the three-eyed raven. The guy that he was still young when he was
Yeah.
stuck in the tree.
Yeah.
That's the guy that's going to give what's this guy's
Bran.
name? Bran, the three-eyed raven power and everything. So like, and when we're mentioning things about the whole Targaryen and everything,
Yeah.
when you check this guy's Targaryen name,
It's Aegon.
is Aegon. Jon Snow's Targaryen name is Aegon.
So
He was not a bastard that, like,
Was
we
it
did
the
not get to know his name because
Yeah.
he was not his father and mother. Like,
Yeah.
But Ned Stark knew.
Ned Stark knew and could not call him
Yeah.
that, so he called him Jon Snow. But his original name is Aegon.
True.
So another question. I have another question for you guys. Okay. We all know that Ned Stark is a very honorable person,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Do you think that would have been on the green or the black side, knowing that Rhaenyra's person that would succeed her would be a bastard?
You'd have been dead.
I think he would have been.
Dead.
No,
No, I think he would have been on the black side.
it would have been on the
Yes.
black
I
side.
believe you'd have been
Because-
dead.
He was the one. You know, he was the one that made the connection with Joffrey, and I think in as much as he was moral and this thing, he sounds like a very just person. That
Exactly.
will go for the right
Exactly.
thing.
That's what I'm saying. That he knows that the line, the succession is pure on Aegon's side, where his Aegon's hair would be his son.
Right, yeah.
He knows that Rhaenyra, okay, is her father that put her.
Yeah.
He wants her to be the queen.
Uh-huh.
But the person that is going to be her heir is a bastard. So being an honorable person, I don't think he would have supported
Now,
him.
I talk
Yeah, you can.
with everything you said, factual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But even with all this, in the main series where we even thought he was going to be important,
Mm-hmm.
So you think he will be dead?
they chopped his head.
Where?
Quick,
No time.
forgotten.
You know,
It was like they made reference to like Ned Stark throughout
Yeah.
the whole series, but that like he was just Ned Stark. He was not a Targaryen. He was nothing he had done would make any difference because at the end of the day, people like let's just say I even feel Varys, the eunuch,
Yeah.
he had more importance in the whole series
that,
That makes
than
sense.
Ned Stark. Anybody that controls the information controls everything around silently.
I'm like, oh,
I'm about
Whispers.
whispers. They control everything. Varys has more. Let's say his importance in the let's say his importance in things that he could have done too.
Yeah.
Because if you put people that always think about moral and the right thing to do at the end of the day, bro,
Yeah.
you guys don't get anything done. You need to have one person that is very, very stubborn, that is ready to go behind your back to go and do it.
So that was
They come
that
and,
was it.
like after Varys did everything he did, he just submitted himself to be killed. Like he has done his own part.
Don't pack. Yeah.
Ned Stark did not even get to do his own parts.
Mm.
He just died.
Yeah, that's because there are a lot of backstabbers.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But
If you're thinking,
Littlefinger was the anchor and finisher of the whole thing.
oh,
Like he was such a terrible person. He was one
who
that
knew?
Do you
No,
get
like you could sense that this person was not pure right from the beginning because everything he was doing was for his own.
Who was the
It
paper
was very
tester?
calculated,
So
yeah.
Game of Thrones. Oh,
favorite
I
character?
like Arya.
Mine was Tyrion Lannister.
I'll say
Him.
Jon Snow.
Oh, everybody's too. It's so like it's generic.
When they brought Jon Snow, I think it was because of the fans. Should have just left him like that.
They're
Let
not
us.
supposed to make it. They're not
I like Daenerys.
even supposed to give me a
So,
wolf.
so I'm thinking that if people don't like the end of Game of Thrones.
Oh no! That's the best ending after that.
No,
No, that was bad ending.
That's the best ending.
Best
No,
ending.
trust me.
And
No. Okay.
no.
Let's just say he marries her. She makes him king. Okay.
Are you thinking about the compilation of Jon Snow and Daenerys? Daenerys' pain and trauma was so downplayed.
3 eye movies. I don't know.
Why the
Bran.
Why Bran?
She could not have ruled with that hand. She had too much anger and rage in her. She could not have
I
ruled.
feel they
She killed innocent people.
I feel they hide
They had already
That's
been there.
I already hide their hands.
You know what? This whole prophecy and everything is Targaryen.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at it like a prophecy,
Yeah.
let's look at it like a curse that has been plagued in the Targaryen family right before they were even born. Like
Yeah.
they have already been caused to believe that siblings, all of these sleep with each other, people fight each other and kill each other at the end of the day, trying to figure out who is the one that is going to. It is a curse.
So, Annie, you like the ending of Game of
I
Thrones?
love it.
I know the ending of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Together.
Because trust
Everybody
me,
in the same place.
It was very lackluster. It was very dry.
I felt it was
from
they tried
season one.
they tried to satisfy everybody
Yeah.
without
And they just did it.
without like doing a cliche ending.
But from the beginning, we were not satisfying anybody.
Right from Game of Thrones here, from season 2,
Mm-hmm.
we already knew that everybody was going to die at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no like whichever way everything was
We
going to
just
go.
knew that
Everybody was going to
sisters
die.
were going to survive. I mean, Game of
So, you
Thrones
tell me it's not like
literally about
Rockstar, his mother,
I
when
like
they killed all of them.
the red
I see none of them. See,
That was the most
do you know what? Do you know how funny that thing is? The whole war and everything. You are the one that has been getting people doing all the whole thing for the whole world to even take style. Like you about to really start the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main people that really started the war are not even there to fight the war.
Well, I felt Rockstar. Is it Rock? I felt it was like
The red- the
Bro,
ones that died.
He not nice to marry his daughter. No.
Yes, now.
Just marry my daughter.
No,
No.
It was nice to marry her now.
I'll go pregnant.
That's what pissed the guy up. Like,
I'm gonna go pregnant.
He should have just accepted. Now they killed me. Like,
but let me
this
tell you,
scenario was crazy, man.
most families are very, very vindictive. They might not even want him to have
I feel like
something.
well, that phrase is just a bastard. He would have still killed them regardless.
Regardless.
Yeah. That woman was such an epiphany for Game of Thrones because that's where everything changed for me. I was like, that's
And when was it Brian's
See,
brother when he died? When he
Eva.
was chewing one spell like that.
Oh, that was
Trying to
the
think of
Battle of the Bastard. That was still later.
later, I'm talking about it already. You see, how they chased it when Bran fell.
She was
Like, they wish she was pregnant.
They knew
The people that actually died.
But the simple was when Arya came to
they
him.
have
to revenge.
And she came out.
been tagging for house spray.
That was touching.
It was,
Very
Was a
satisfying.
second moment.
they
Yeah.
sit for months or years to plan a movie.
Bro, there's a right to make reference.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like
But like, you know, even in the
Like,
series,
it's not
they changed
A
most
lot
of the
of
things.
things.
A lot of things.
we have movies in Nigeria that is about thriller events that like just I don't know.
Yeah, mostly it's because of budget, because of this
Yeah, reception.
is it realistic, right?
Yeah.
So they have to change it. Screenwriting is, I think, is one of the hardest
Another
stuff.
thing, based on the reception on the first season,
Exactly. So
determine
they
how
have
the second
to.
season will be. So you'd be like, oh, you didn't like the way this was, so like let's go with another approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This.
If you want to make money from this, you have to be smart about it. So I really
Like,
I
trust
don't
me.
mind it.
When I started watching Game of Thrones, like I could watch one episode for like 2 days at first because I was legit trying to understand.
Yeah,
Like,
I have to go back. Go
You
back.
have to keep going back. And you know, if you watch Game of Thrones 30 times, you will see something new 30 times. So like, it's like the series is always going to be there, and the
Yeah.
book's always going to be there to like cross-reference and make
Art.
stuff. So like, yeah, it's actual art,
True.
It's art.
intentional arts.
Yes. So guys, Let's go into House of Dragon now. But there's no way we're going to talk about House of Dragon that will not talk about Game of Thrones. If you could switch lives with any character for a day, who would it be? And what will you do? Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, no, let's make it House of Dragon.
Ah, I always go for Tyrion.
Oh god.
For a day, who will it be?
That was dragon.
I would say Rhaenyra just to ride Cyrax, right over the whole King's Landing. That's what I would do.
very.
Very what?
But Vega can
Just
kill
to
you.
ride the dragon now.
Vega can kill you.
No, they're not conquest. You said,
You
what
just
to
want to
do?
ride.
Yeah, just
You know,
ride.
the beginning she was riding.
Uh-huh.
Says,
Wow.
That's all I want.
and what about you?
This one is hard though. So,
That's why I didn't say Game of Thrones. I want you to be House of Dragon.
I think that to be Alison.
What? Why?
Why? Why would you be Addison? I'm so
Because I
interested.
feel like she's so misunderstood in a way.
Oh,
People think that she does not love her children, and being the kind of mother at the time and that kind of setting and the way the children were raised, I feel like there are things that they didn't really. I don't know how to put it, but she was so misunderstood. She just wanted what was best for her children, and at the same time, she knew genuinely the kind of children these people were. That's why I feel like Elena is her best child. But for Aegon, and she just wanted to do. She's a very righteous person to the point that her righteousness started choking her. From when she started noticing that Rhaenyra was sleeping around with somebody else, she would always confront her, like sidely, like just say it in a way that is not so obvious.
righteous, but she said with Christy Cole.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. At the end of I think the finale of
Uh-huh.
season 2, she said it now that Rhaenyra's wholeness
Yeah,
rubbed off on
on
her.
her.
And that's what I'm actually
So-
like, cool.
No,
Like,
Rhaenyra never liked
cool.
Cole.
So just like, this was Demon that brought that vibe into
He
her.
never.
She had
You know when Crystal, sorry, same question. When Crystal was like, "Oh, come with me to sell oranges and cinnamon," like disruption.
I should take my crown and follow it down, be selling plantains.
It was there and then that she knew she was not messing with.
Yeah.
Kristen, please.
So what made her? What made her now like actually?
So I think that
Because of what
it was too much. The thing, the weight on her shoulder was too much. She had to rule at the time when Alda was not okay. Like she had to rule instead. She had to put everybody together. And the thing that she thought that she had, that Aegon would be the one to rule. So everything was just too much for her. And genuinely, from my point of view, I feel like the mistake she made was valid. Being that kind of mother, of course you want your son to rule. Of course, if you thought you heard something, even though that's not what you heard, you might want to switch it and say, okay, maybe this is what I heard. So she was just really misunderstood, and her father really controlled her from setting her up with the king to making sure she slept with him to marry him. I don't know.
Now, this is the difference I wanted to point out between how Viserys raised Rhaenyra and how Otto Hightower raised the thing. But in the last episode, she actually said that she envied Rhaenyra's liberalism. Like she was a very liberal person. Like you can't box me, I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
Growing up then as women, they were raised to get married,
True.
give birth to children, raise the children. But Viserys raised Rhaenyra in a whole
Very
different way.
liberal way,
The
yeah.
more independent, the more. So I feel like then growing up, in as much as she was right, she was like very put together. She still kind of felt like she could be as free as Rhaenyra.
True.
That's why when Viserys died, everything went out the
Yeah.
window. I'm sorry, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to point out that difference.
So you feel like all this stuff I'm saying it was like justified.
It's
No,
not
not
justified,
justified,
not
no.
justified, but like understanding in the sense that she's a mother. And she's thinking as a queen, she's also thinking as a mother.
Rhaenyra too she was a mother. I mean,
She's a mother.
Yeah, she was the mother in season 1, yeah. But you know why it's like that? Because it actually feels like everything was handed to Rhaenyra, let's not lie. Like she was spoiled, both from Daemon and both from
she's the first guy now. She's like,
so
so it's
for
very
her
important.
interest, it was more like clawing her way, using her femininity, which is marrying the king, obviously.
Yeah.
So that I think that was just the major difference. Rhaenyra was handed everything.
thank you for bringing this feminine.
Uh-huh.
So you feel like back then they were more like women were more favored than like women were favored, and it's still like that till now.
No, we're not favored.
I think it's not a question.
No, they weren't.
Okay, they were not favored actually.
Rhaenyra was just lucky.
She was
just her father loved
Royal
her.
women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Royal women
Yeah.
were more favored than low born women. Not even like more favored. I would say but it's different. You can't compare the princess with the council's daughter or the hand's daughter. No, it's not. It's not. You can't.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
Everybody
I didn't really like, you know when Rhaenyra met her at that candy place that they were playing,
Mhm.
she told her, like, she tried to explain to her, like, there was a mistake. At that point, she didn't like,
She understood that.
Yeah, she knew.
messed up.
Yeah, she knew she fucked
Should
up.
have been Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
actually,
And then when she came back,
her first son, Aegon, he didn't want to become a king. He wanted to just
Run away and
chill, relax,
get
flex.
fucked.
Because his brother, I feel like his brother Aemon was angry because he didn't get justice for what this was doing. But he said he felt like they were always bullying him. He didn't have the dragon, they got the big gun type.
His real enemy is his brother, actually.
Yes. So he wants to. He's not like he just wants to be on the throne. He's just angry. He has not figured out what exactly is going on with him. So for me, Alicent, I got really angry. So like the end when she now came to meet me, and I'm like, okay, now I understand. Can you just come? I think my son. What? It's sorry. There's this way, this whisper that's like spinning me. Lord, what?
Oh,
yeah.
Larry.
Larry, he's the
Guys.
Game of Thrones little
Larry.
Yes.
Why is it taking
Going
Aemon?
for it.
What's
He
the
said he's going to take him to Brabos.
He knows what's
Brabos.
Bravos. Yeah.
He has stocked up
I
some
think that guy
coins.
is also bi. He's
Why are you hovering on?
Yes, now these are the things that we saw.
You look at Alicent's leg, his hand was there. You look at Aegon's leg, his hand was there. Like you look at
I think he's
I think he just has a fit fetish.
Yeah.
Fit fetish. I don't think he has anything to do with gender.
anything with fit.
another thing now. In the movie, Rhaenyra was straight. But when there was this lady from the streets that she gave her attention. She just seemed
That man was so hot.
like you just seemed this one like so in the movie she was straight.
Yeah.
But what now happened at that point? Like
She just gave an accent.
It just happened.
Just do yourself.
I think
But she's not a gay person.
Yeah.
She's non-binary, but she's not. She's with a man now. The person she's dating.
She looks like a man. She's a man. Like
It's because she's non-binary.
No,
She does
babe.
not share all those days.
that's what I'm saying.
watching that scene,
Are you
I don't
fine?
really
Is it are they fine?
watching that scene. I don't really think it was more of the person. I think it was more of like the tension. Because during that time, she was really missing Damon. She wanted him.
So now woman.
Anybody wants
No, she anything at that particular time.
So
Yeah.
if you were in her shoes at that point, you go drunk.
If somebody telling you that you are going to win this battle, you are going
What
to
you want me
like
to
believe in
yeah.
you, I love you. I know what you expect. Trust me.
Yeah, go now, guy. Let's say for instance now you're like you're Aegon. Well, that stuff happened. Then this bastard Lord Larry's. Okay,
Larry is not fine now.
Let's
You
say
sat down.
or Christmas.
You hot man. You sat down.
Cause what?
But I just feel like that lady, they just gave her that thing.
Yeah, to just
You know that important. You just said your own which character you like to.
probably Damon. So I'll be saying things.
Demon. Demon Cruz.
Like,
He's
and
enjoying.
he's a very he's a person that wants to put his mind to something.
Yeah,
like that's
very
the end.
straightforward.
All he has to do is just be motivated.
He will not say anything behind your back. Just
If he wants to be behind you, be behind you. If he wants to stress you, he will stress you.
But yeah, but I don't feel like it was very erratic.
Yeah.
And I think Rhaenyra would have made a good queen with a different man by her side.
Thank you.
I just feel like that.
Because Damon was very after the throne.
It
And
was.
genuinely, he does not even want it.
Are
All
you
the
sure?
scene, about
What's
the hallucinations
Yeah.
that were happening at the Harrenhal, all those things that were happening just made you understand that this throne he doesn't actually want it. He just wanted that power at the time, and the fact that his brother chose a woman
Over him.
wanted to make him go crazy. he didn't want the throne. He didn't want it. He was just,
And
angry. Exactly. So that rage is what I think that has now transferred to
Yeah.
Aemon.
So, are there any actors or actresses whose performances you think were particularly underrated or deserving more recognition?
Oh,
In both?
Rhaenys. Rhaenys.
Oh, Rhaenys.
Oh,
Which was
Rhaenys.
underrated, I mean.
She was. Oh,
So,
God.
we you say the same for Ned Stark that they killed her.
No, I think Nesta did his part. I think we needed that.
He did his part.
No, for real. I think we needed that Nesta.
I don't understand the importance of Ned Stark role. As
I don't understand. Like, I don't know.
the entire season with us.
See, like,
Even though it was not
You
like.
must see that, like, I also mentioned that I made remember, like, all through to the end, they always made reference of things. Next
Next
time.
time.
But nobody's making reference of Rhaenys Stark.
No,
Because that's like a longer
I
time.
had a long
Have
time.
you asked that? Who
Like, in the space of, do you know how many Avons have come?
Yeah.
In the space of that time. So,
Yeah, and I said Rhaenys because I mean she had the throne literally in front of her like this, and it was just like they stole it away from her, and she still had to maintain a decency, a cool
Justice.
in supporting the claim of Rhaenyra. I knew that her father didn't do the same for her, so it was coming from a place of hurt. Now, I mean, all those things she had to do. She lost two of her children. There were so many things that happened to her, and her husband went off to go and do nonsense.
Yeah.
And had two whole children, and she knew all these bad things that happened, but she was still willing to sacrifice herself for her queen, and she died doing it. So I really rate her.
Me, I would say look. That boy is
Serious. Look.
Jason's brother now that Aemon killed.
Oh,
Now listen.
you're like, kill that one. Kill that one.
Baby. No.
Like, you know what was very, very
It's
easy
true.
scene where, like, whenever I was finding out that they killed one child,
Mhm.
and like my mom was already smiling, like,
Who?
when they now found out that it was like, when did he descend someone to go and kill?
Yeah.
Then he now found out the child was dead, and when they found out, Demon was like feeling happy that he had done something. Until he now saw her face that she was not pleased with.
Oh, when they killed.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about when Aemon killed. When Aemon and Vega mistakenly killed Jason. Yeah. You know that scene where Luke was flying and then Vega just came on top. That scene was.
that's the end of this one. He didn't actually want to kill you.
He didn't want it. It was Vega.
But knowing that you have that kind of old dragon that
Wicked dragon.
that have gone through, he has been in battle, he
Mhm.
has gone through. That was a very risky play. He was
Yeah.
just playing with him actually. He didn't intend to kill him, but it was a risky
That
play.
death was so sad.
Suspect.
Aemon went into
And they should not have sent him.
son.
Killed
His son. His son for his son.
Daenerys, brother.
There was talk about the scene that was like they called it blood and cheese.
Yeah.
Worse than the wasn't of the red wedding. I don't know if that worse. It's not worse. Like it's just
I feel maybe.
We're not
I
discussing
feel so. I
importance
feel.
because we are not living in that day.
Yes.
It's like,
And I think why they're saying it's worse is because most people accredit the book to the movie. You cannot just get the same.
can't get
I
same.
think in the book it was
Let me
more.
tell you how it happened in the book. In the books, Elena was there. Okay, she had 3 children in the books actually, but this one they showed us just 2. That's Jaceres and forgotten the
Yeah.
girl's name, Swin Shaft. So in that 3 in the book, 3 of them were there. The smallest one, the girl, and the oldest one. So she told the blood and cheese, that's the men that killed.
Yeah.
They asked her like, choose one. Who do you want to die? And these children, they're like 3, 4, maybe 6.
Mhm.
They already know what's going on. So she picked the smallest one.
Yeah.
Right, the smallest boy. So they now said to the boy, like,
Your mother
your
has
mother
to
wants
kill
you to
you."
die.
And
I killed you. That one.
Was
So
that one?
they already traumatized that one for
So that one, like, your mother actually wanted you to die, so we are keeping you
I'm
alive.
keeping you
And
alive.
your mother was like, I get to know that your mom was like, your mother had the chance to choose who was going
she
to stay
chose
alive,
you.
but she chose
Wow.
So
you.
that's why it was more traumatic in the books. But I didn't act it like that.
Act it
It was
like
very-
that.
But like, yeah.
Because I was very confused when I was seeing the book fanatics and the movie fanatics arguing like, oh,
Yeah.
it wasn't that
Yeah.
deep
It was a lot more,
in the
deep in the
Wow.
books.
Okay.
So yeah, this one relates to our day-to-day activities. What do you think the show says about the importance of loyalty, trust, and communication in relationships? what do you think the show says about the importance of loyalty, trust, and communication in relationships?
Relationship, like romantic relationship, or day-to-day.
Anyone,
Our relationships with people.
yeah, people. Importance of loyalty. Let me give you an instance now. For instance, now when the series said, okay, when Damon came, he brought the army that okay, they are going to like fight for him. She now asked him, who is your own queen? If they are fighting for you, who are you fighting for? He now asked them. So the moment he did that for her,
That guy that was going.
all of them, if anybody should come and say that come and fight for me, they will not. They fight with honor.
True.
They cannot just say, oh, you,
True.
I already burned my name for you. I cannot do any other thing. I cannot do any other thing for other person. That's why Alicent said they should go and lock up some people when they want to put their son on the throne. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So,
Loyalty.
sorry. So I
Do you
was,
feel like we're loyal now?
when I was watching the last episode with my friend, and I was like, wait. So someone will just come and say, bend the knee or die. Is it my fault? Which one is bend the knee or die? The thing is,
Pick one.
if you don't bend the knee, you're dying.
Yeah.
Stress.
You know why is that always complaining like that? You didn't live when Abacha was.
Me too. I did not.
You do.
I was alive when he died. I heard the story.
I was really surprised, like, when all of them came, even when Damon, there was a scene where Damon said he was going to kill them, and these people stood their ground like, yes, kill us.
This one is one of
What makes them so loyal? Like, what makes them so
So
good?
do you think we are
loyal like that?
Yes. Have you not seen our military?
No, leave me.
Military, like
me.
that is like
now. You.
take it as the same thing. That's their military.
I don't think we're loyal. Yeah? But we're
You're not.
loyal in this
Well,
country.
not in this country or like this time.
This
This
time.
time,
This time, our age.
I feel like it's a very subjective thing.
Yeah, because
Because-
everyone feel like
Look at, let's take it back to House of the Dragon. That guy that Rhaenyra sent to Harrenhal to go and meet Daemon. That's okay. What are you actually doing? What's your plan here? The guy came to Daemon and said, "I will
I
serve
will
you."
serve you, yeah.
Even coming from
he
the
said,
place,
the man like we want the
he
king.
wants. So it's subjective to the point, in the sense that it is who you think, the mindset, who you think that you will survive under.
Under, yeah.
Do you get?
True.
He thinks that if Daemon rules, he's most likely to survive.
Mhm.
But Rhaenyra has too many weak sides, or she's
That's
a
why
woman.
That's why they will say. That's why they will say. I will not bend you now. I'll just.
I would just rather die. Do you get?
Then again, the show also lets us know that loyalty is only
Subjected to power.
Yeah, and power and like people's survival.
Yes.
Like when they are sure that I'm
Yeah.
going to be with this person
Yeah,
or like
exactly.
probably duty.
Mhm.
Like the loyalty is not like really loyalty. It's just because
It's more of a
it's
duty.
more of a duty.
See that place where Daemon had to kill the person he sent. You know that place, that guy, that small boy that was
Yeah.
making mouth.
Yeah.
So he was like, this person that you sent has betrayed us, and you want our army. The thing you want you to do now is to kill this person in front of us if you want our army.
Exactly.
Knowing that, okay, I was the one that actually sent this person, but to gain this trust and the people that
Yeah.
are behind me, I have to do this. He did it. So there is just a place of, okay, what do I want? What can
Yeah.
I give me? And that's what it is.
So okay, no, you can say.
Yeah, I don't think it relates to this time. I think this time is put your money where your mouth is. Who has
Yeah.
You get to it, I'll put your money.
Yeah,
on.
people get for that.
Like-
But in as much,
They had
in as
no-
much, we still see some people that are actually quite loyal to who they started off with.
Yes,
True.
yes, true. But then again, because we've not been given they've not been given the opportunity to test their loyalty.
True. Or to
Just
choose.
to choose does not mean that person is actually loyal. Because
True.
at the end of the day, it's a personal thing.
Mhm.
Everybody is loyal to something that is going to be beneficial to
To them.
So it's a personal
The
thing.
personal-
You are personal, like you are loyal to what's going to serve you.
Serve you best. True.
That's it.
So, how do the characters' journeys and arcs relate to your own personal growth or struggles? Anybody? Character journeys relate to your own personal growth or struggles. Character.
That's a really
Right.
I would say the major thing that was very highlighted for me is just the struggle of how women need to fight to get something that belongs to them.
Yeah.
Because if Rhaenys had actually been given her title, we would not have known.
Yeah.
She might have been a good queen.
Yeah.
She might have served better. But because of the fact that
They will say they would rather die.
yes, we would not die for a woman to actually take the thing. I think the major thing is because women are more seen as emotional, men are more seen as logical. They just feel like a woman cannot rule. So it was not that thing of okay, that struggle and fight as a woman to actually get what belongs to you. Like this thing is my right, oh. It rightfully belongs to me, oh, but I still have to struggle or die for it.
So do you think our not ruling was our not ruling affected
Yes,
in what way?
she was the queen. I never was.
No, like how did it affect the dynamic of the story?
I think it affected the dynamic of the story, being that from the series that choosing the series, there was already a divide. There was already a divide that okay, you did not give what was rightfully meant to be this person's own, so why should I come and support you or come in your court and everything? So it actually took the series' state of mind to actually weather that relationship between Rhaenys, her husband, the children, and then Rhaenyra. So I think it's literally that women having to fight. It's still happening.
Still have a-
in
a-
today's day.
Yeah, I think I really understand where she's coming from. The fact that the society, quote unquote, like we as a people see that think that women can rule based on some of maybe personal reasons.
Mhm.
Think that okay, women are too emotional, blah blah blah. But that you don't even have to question the sanity of a man
Thank you for that word.
to put him in a position. You think that because he's a
Man, you can do whatever you want.
but as a woman, you would always have to question like, a woman should we not? So that questioning is just a really
In respect to what you said here, I feel like I think I'm so bad right now. But like in respect to the whole women thing,
Yeah.
I feel with everything they've explained here,
Yes.
there are two sides to it. Men, they have our flaws. Women, they have their flaws.
Yes.
That is why it is only convenient for us to have a king and a queen at the same time, not one, because they will work hand in hand to make good
Yeah,
judgments.
good judgment.
Where I'm lacking in emotions and everything, the wife might be able to do
Yeah.
that. What I'm lacking in other parts, or what she's lacking in other parts, I'll be able to. Because their decision, even down to Game of Thrones, most of the decisions the men were making were fueled by what women were telling them in closed doors. So, as much as we try to downplay women's importance,
They are still there.
women are still very important because women start wars.
They see the
Men
they
start-
see things beyond.
Men start wars because of women. Men start wars because of women.
True.
So we can't say one way of ruling is right or one way of we just have to coexist.
yeah.
Find a way to like balance everything. It can.
In some areas it can, but it's not everywhere. So.
No, not that it can't. Yeah. Because it has not happened. Doesn't mean it cannot happen. But because it has not happened, people are not ready to
Accept that.
accept or try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's just
think people are really very
close-minded.
Yeah, close-minded. And they just want what they are used to. What they are
And the
familiar
funny thing is actually we all started in the matriarch movement. Look at Queen of England. Like we started with that matriarchy whereby
Yes.
women were actually good
Even in Africa.
decision makers.
Yes.
Women were good decision makers, good leaders.
Woman that Fela's mom that fought for.
Yes,
Yes, now
She's because of her women don't pay tax.
you see a lot of movements that started with women. A lot of movements that started with women, but how it has transcended.
It has always been like that since women they like now. I remember like she has to fight. They have to fight their way to get what they want. So you have to like fight.
Times 10.
So it doesn't matter whether it's man.
Because even then the king then there was no Yaludi, there was no Yaludi there.
Mm-hmm.
It was just men.
Yeah.
So
Very patriarchy.
how do
society.
the characters experiences with identity, the purpose of now you resonate with your own life or aspirations? Anybody?
Oh God.
You should just let you know that like there really isn't any time for you to be lingering about what to do.
Make that decision now.
You have to make that decision now.
Like
True.
Because the time you waste, other person is planning.
The first mistake Rhaenyra made was leaving King's Landing.
Yeah.
it's not dragons.
Yeah, she went to Dragonstone. Her claim was,
They would have
dragged.
killed her now if she had stayed.
You
They
know,
would have killed her. Straight.
I don't think so.
we get that conniving. If they can connive to kill a king, like losing his breath so he can fall down when he's hunting. They can kill a queen.
They can know.
All she wants to do is just tell her maidens to go and bait her in United, and they are baiting her, you drown her,
So,
and you just place her on the bed. The queen is gone.
no, it's not like there's one law that says you must not do this, you must
Treason. Everything is treason.
treason.
You'll be hanged.
Munira said she's practicing treason as we speak like this.
Yes, now that lets you know that in your journey, yeah, you are going to piss off a lot of people.
Yes.
You won't please everybody.
Yeah.
True.
But then again, because you are doing it like in the process of you hurting people and all that, you should always still remember what
The
you are
sole
going
purpose.
for. Your purpose. Like you should not say, "Oh, because I've done this, because I've done this." Like if you make a decision, stick to it till the end, regardless of what happens on the side.
That's the mistake I said.
So many emotions were
Yeah,
involved
too many.
for her. Like that's final scene where Alison came to talk to her.
Yeah.
I know that they are friends and they've been through so much together, and Alison came on a bended knee, literally. Regardless, this is a case of I have it, you die, or not. She should not have let her go.
Okay, now to ask you one question. Would Alison have come to bend the knee to Rhaenyra if the grains were winning, or if Aemon had not
Never.
gone?
Like that.
Never.
Never.
She think out.
I think that she realized, even from that
Down to the realization. Down to the realization, yeah. But if her son and every other person had already become king after they had realized, nobody is going to do anything to change
She would
it.
have kept it
She would have
a
kept
secret, even if she had found out.
So like
She knew they had the possibility to lose. That's why she came.
Yeah.
we are seeing the
That's
good
true.
in every character
Yeah.
because the writers do not make the writers don't want us to see the bad.
And funny enough, Rhaenyra was so glamorized in this show. In the books,
Yeah.
she is literally Rhaenyra the crew. That's what they know her as. She was evil. So the show really glamorized her in a way that I can't begin to understand. But then again,
It's
so-
all perspective.
It's all your perspective.
Like
True.
there are some people that still believe that Hitler did not do anything wrong.
Mhm.
But like you have billions of Jews that are like nah.
as a bad guy.
Nah, so
True.
it applies to our daily.
Because when you look at it, see for Viserys to have stood up from that man was about to die. Like he was dying.
Wanted
To come out to support with he should have known that there was that's why she asked Alison and he thought he still changed his mind. There was no way. So me, I feel like her conscience started judging her. What she said, like, oh, my son has been burned. Aemon is fighting with Helena.
Things
I
like
have
that.
to see my love going away.
Is that-
And there was also that realization when she wanted to now say, okay, let her stand in place of Aemon. And she saw that the men that she actually thought would support her.
They pushed that
They
aside.
pushed her
No,
aside.
you see when her father was like, nah, I ain't gonna be the hand anymore. He dropped me. I'm like, nah. You want to? Okay, you and your son do whatever I see you want.
anyone that said it.
Yes, now.
Don't worry,
They wanted to rule. They wanted to even manipulate the boy very well. I guess in the way they used Joffrey.
You
Yes.
can think of how they would have, coined them or molded them. Aegon was not a king. He had no sympathy, and I really pitied him because he didn't want it. Everything that happened, everything that happened to him was just unfortunate. He didn't want the crown. He was a very horrible person. From when he used
Yes,
to take those children and do horrible things.
Yeah.
Wait, how many children did Alison give
Four.
She has
She has 4 children. One is in Hightower house. That's
Aegon. Elena and Aegon, they got married. Imagine
Oh,
this.
yeah.
There are three with them.
for some normal like
Then she sent
one.
one off to Hightower's house shop.
She's fulfilled that shit.
And that one is still alive somewhere. So probably staying in season 3.
So do you feel like the next seasons? Now I think they said they're going to drop 2 seasons more.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Rhaenyra is going to become queen?
Yes, ma'am. Of course she will.
She will, and everything will
But
set.
not for a long time.
No. Everybody's going to
It
die.
has to go on.
Everybody's going to die.
Every single
person.
person will die.
I think the focus will now be like the whole backstory of the whole North saga, like the winter.
Yes. That's not.
They will focus more on that.
What we can't give this.
Coming as a dragon.
No.
No,
No.
it's a winter.
I wish like they actually finish this whole thing functions continuing We'll come back again when we're done with the next 2 years. Time.
Oh God, I'll be a mother.
Yes, like Game of Thrones. Yeah. When I started Game of Thrones, I was wondering that.
It's crazy. Oh, you
And like, it's already come out before then.
So wait.
So we have to wait for 2 years. Only God knows. Let's go. Once.
Amen.
We can watch and enjoy it. So thank you guys for coming today.
Yeah, it was nice.
If you don't have what do you call it? If you have some things to say, please say it in the comment section. You don't feel like not like
Yeah, touch some places that you like to address.
these movies that are wide. Thank you for joining us.
There's enough source material to ask questions.
See you next time.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Yeah.